Maybe like a double window.
Hey there, it is Wednesday, February 28th. The time is 6:53 p.m. and I'm here at Union Station. And this is in downtown Toronto. I was just taking a break after recording a video down University Avenue. And I popped into the food court just to warm up for a bit. And I'm going to head right back out. And for this one, I'll be making my way over to Victoria Street. And I'll walk north up the entire length of Victoria Street, which is just to the east of Yonge Street. It runs parallel to Yonge. Mighty Bird. And the Scotiabank Arena is attached to Union Station. And the Toronto Raptors are playing tonight. I think tip-off is around 7:30. So there's a lot of basketball fans in the station at the moment. And there's a lot of people making their way home to suburbia. The Bay Street GO train platforms are just up those escalators. I'm gonna have to make my way over to Victoria Street first, so I'll head up to Front Street and figure out a route. And that is an entrance to the subway station on the right. You can also grab a couple of different streetcars and connect to the path, which runs underneath the financial district. It never smells particularly fresh through here. Not at all. And temperature-wise, it's about -4 degrees Celsius. Although it was up in the positive double digits earlier today. But fortunately, the wind seems to have died down. It was quite windy on that walk I recorded just before this one. And this is Front Street. And a look to the west. I'm going to grab a picture. Just trying out the new phone. Oh, we're going to get the light. Might as well cross here.
So it's not like a big deal, but I'm cold. Say, this is the issue.
So this is north up Bay Street in the financial district. Now that wind is picking up, I'm actually gonna slide a glove on here.
Like a appearance and a.
There's looking to Brookfield Place. So underneath the financial district, you'll find the path network connecting most of these major towers and the subway stations. That's where you'll find most of the pedestrian activity. And I've just discovered my shoelace is untied. Well, isn't that fun? I'm gonna pull over here at these steps and rectify that situation as I walk right into a pretty nasty wind. But I'll return, and away we go. Let's look up at First Canadian Place. What is still the tallest building in not just the city, but the entire country. But by the end of the year, I think we'll see a couple of buildings surpass it. They might not finish construction, but they'll at least reach a taller height. It looks for sure like One Bloor West is going to surpass it. That's the intersection of Bay and King. Now I'll head east along King Street here. And when we get to Victoria, I'll turn north. There's Commerce Court North. That opened, I believe, back in 1931, and at the time, it was the tallest building in the entire British Commonwealth. Speaking of tall buildings, there's Scotia Plaza, standing well over 900 feet tall. The amount of detail that went into those older Art Deco style buildings is quite fantastic. Lots of teas. There's a training car. And a 504 King right behind it. And this is Yonge Street coming up.
She's Chinese and some racist.
Starbucks there has yet to reopen. I'll cross over here. Looks like a great place to stop your bike and wait. And there is the beer bistro that's been there for a very long time. It's a pretty great place to grab a bite after work. Apparently they've got a good deal on mussels, or so I've heard. There's the King Eddie Hotel. That's about 120 years old, if I'm not mistaken. And one last look along King Street, as this is where Victoria Street starts, just to the south of King. I believe that is Scott Street. You'll see a lot of passport photo shops around here, as the passport office is just north of here. This street always has a bit of a quiet vibe to it.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So from King to Dundas is only about 750 meters. And then just north of Dundas, it ends at the former Ryerson University, now TMU. And we're at Adelaide Street. There's a Sansitai ramen here. I actually ate at this restaurant shortly after it opened a few years ago. In fact, I want to say that was last year. And And this is Lombard Street. That's a car that rolled right through a stop sign. Solid job. And you don't see these kind of overhanging signs anymore. I don't think bylaws allow for them. I don't see any heritage plaque, but that looks like it used to be a marquee of some sort. You'll often see those overhanging where old theaters used to be, and I guess where some still are. Speaking of which, we're gonna walk by a number of very notable ones, well, the backside of them. And you'll note there are streetcar tracks here on Victoria, but they're just used for the other lines to connect to one another. There's not regular service on Victoria Street. Oh, this cold is biting. I'm walking directly into the wind. And Queen Street here is closed between Victoria Street and Bay Street, as they're working on a new subway line. And there's St. Mike's Hospital. There's the backside of the Elgin and Winter Garden Theater. The front faces Yonge Street. That opened in the 1930s. And it's the last of the Edwardian stack theaters still operating. It's quite beautiful inside. I got a chance to tour it during Doors Open Toronto a few years ago. And you can find that on the channel. You can see some exterior emergency exits. And back in 2004, Conan did a week's worth of shows there. Speaking of old venues, there is Massey Hall. And that dates back to 1894, believe it or not. It's a 2,700 seat concert venue. And during the pandemic, it was undergoing a massive renovation and opened shortly after. This condo here is the Pantages. And it's got a Fran's Diner at its base. It's the emergency entrance to St. Mike's. Classic Massey Hall sign is not lit up. Fran's used to have 3 locations downtown. But they have another more iconic one up at College Street. there's the backside of another major theater. That's the Ed Mirvish Theater. It's gone by a number of different names over the years, including the Cannon Theater and the Pantages. That's where the original Toronto run of the Phantom of the Opera was held. That dates back to, I think, 1920. It was rebuilt a couple of times in 72 and again in 89. Remember all the commercials for Andrew Lloyd Webber's Phantom of the Opera back in the day growing up? There is the Senator. That's been a mainstay of this area for a very long time. In this place, the Twilight Cafe, apparently they've got a very big selection of board games. They've also got alcohol on tap. Senator is more of a diner. That's not open right now. Jazz Bistro is. And this weird building is home to City TV. We used to host breakfast television with the big Chum building on Queen Street West. But this was built as an Olympic building, believe it or not. It was called Torch Olympic Spirit. It was an attraction to honor the Olympics. It only operated for a year, and it cost like $42 million to construct. Kind of a bird-brained idea. Now it's an awkwardly sized TV studio. We're just going to pop through Dundas Square. There's the old Hard Rock, which is now sadly a Shoppers Drug Mart. And across the street, the Samsung store is turning into a BMO bank. And holy shit, I think I am the only one physically inside the square at the moment. There's a guy walking down into the subway. You know it is cold when. It looks like they're setting up for some kind of event. Oh well, this is the north, not quite the north end of Victoria Street. It actually extends into the university campus here. Try to catch that light. We'll see if there's any ice skating taking place just up ahead. Here's a campus map. That's the Chang School of Continuing Education. I think this is called Devonia Pond. There's a public access ice rink here. understandably not being used by anyone. Plus the ice looks like it is very rough. It was well above zero earlier today. So it's probably gone from a big pond to a lumpy frozen ice surface. And just to the north, that becomes Nelson Mandela Walkway. So that is it for Victoria Street. Now I just need to find my way into a warm subway station. This is the Student Learning Center, formerly the Ryerson Student Learning Center. That was built in 2015 at a cost of $86 million. That takes the place of the iconic Sam the Record Man. They relocated the signs for Sam the Record Man to Dundas Square. I'm just gonna head down to the subway station here. I had a thought to head north up to College Station, but it's not meant to be. That is the Eaton Center straight ahead on the right at the southwest corner of Yonge and Dundas. There's some prime retail here where the Adidas store used to be. There's a movie theater, a food court, and a Winners up top. But security is not too fond of seeing cameras in here, so I kind of raced over to the stairs. There's a popular place to grab some pre-movie snacks and sneak them in. Dollarama. Just gonna head into the station here. Free teeth whitening kit. And I hope you enjoyed this one. Starting at Union Station, heading north over to Victoria, and then up to Dundas Station here. Two minutes to the next train. let me know your thoughts and comments down below. Hopefully by the time this is on the channel, I'll be in a very warm and sunny location. As a southbound train rolls in, but if you wish to support what I do, there's links to my Patreon and YouTube channel membership down in the description. I have an Instagram account at Johnny Strides, and there is a super thanks button appearing below the video if you wish to say thanks that way. Anywho, I'll be competing with the noisy train here, but thanks for watching, guys. And I will catch you on the next one. Yoink!